The city breathes in twilight, golden haze dissolves into violet skies. Glass towers shimmer like 1,000 mirrors, each window telling a different story, each light a dream in motion. Bangkok, restless and alive, yet tender in the embrace of evening. The streets hum with echoes of footsteps, the distant sound of tuk-tuks fading into the soft chorus of vendors calling, of laughter drifting like incense smoke. The Chao Phraya glows like molten silver, a ribbon of time flowing endlessly through the heart of the city, reflecting temples that stand eternal and bridges that pulse with neon veins. Every ripple carries whispers of history, every shadow holds a secret yet untold. I walk along Sathorn Road, where skyscrapers stretch toward the heavens, mirroring the last blush of the setting sun. Office lights flicker alive as the day exhales into night's gentle rhythm. The air feels heavy yet comforting, perfumed with a blend of street food, smoke, and blooming orchids. In Chinatown, lanterns ignite like constellations, casting crimson reflections on wet pavement. Each alleyway a universe of flavor and memory, each corner alive with voices that refuse silence. Somewhere a saxophone plays its melancholy notes, weaving through the chatter, blurring the line between solitude and deafness. Twilight here is never still, it is a symphony of contradictions. Chaos softened by serenity, modern steel embraced by ancient stone. A city rushing forward while pausing for prayer. I find myself standing before what are the temple of dawn, cloaked in dusk, its spire shimmering against the fading glow. Candles flicker along the river banks, their reflections dancing like fragile stars upon the water. In this moment, the city feels infinite, stretching beyond sight, yet folding close to the heart. Motorcycles dart through succumvit's veins, their lights tracing patterns like fireflies, while rooftop bars lift laughter toward the night sky. Above it all, the horizon dissolves into velvet, painted by strokes of indigo, saffron, and silver. Bangkok twilight is not silence, it is a quiet storm, a dream humming beneath the surface of noise. It is the reflection of a million lives, the rhythm of footsteps, prayers, and promises. As the moon rises, the city wears its neon crown, a kingdom of light and sound, where temples and towers coexist, where into the ears of tomorrow. And I wander in this vast reflection, carry the twilight within me. It settles into the corners of my soul, soft as silk, eternal as memory. Bangkok, in your twilight I see not just a city, but the poetry of living life. Morning unfolds slowly in Chiang Mai, the horizon veiled in layers of mist, soft as silk, tender as memory. The mountains rise like ancient guardians, their peaks painted with pale silver light, their slopes cloaked in whispers of green. The city still slumbers, yet the air is alive with subtle promise. A monk's chant drifts across the cool breeze, gentle, resonant. Echoing between temple walls, golden stupas catch the first kiss of dawn, glimmering through the fog like beacons of eternity. I wander along quiet streets, where teakwood houses lean into shadow, where bougainvillea cascades like waterfalls of color, and incense smoke curls above shrines, carrying prayers into the gray-blue sky. The world feels slower here, every step softened by the cushion of morning dew. Doi Suthep watches from above, its sacred temple glowing faintly, half veiled, half revealed, like wisdom waiting to be uncovered. The road spirals toward its heights, where pilgrims and wanderers pause, to let silence speak louder than words. By the Ping River, reflections blur, boats sway gently, their oars cutting ripples across the still water. The horizon stretches endlessly, a watercolor canvas shifting between pastel lavender, gentle rose, and lingering amber. Coffee drifts from hillside farms, the scent mingling with earth and rain, reminding me that life here is nourished by patience, by the rhythm of seasons. The sound of a bamboo flute carries faintly, woven into the rustle of trees, into the heartbeat of the hills. As the mist lingers, the city transforms into a dreamscape, half real, half imagined, inviting the soul to wander without hurry. Markets slowly awaken, vendors unwrap baskets of fruit, oranges glowing like suns in miniature, lychees clustered like jewels of summer. Children laugh on bicycles, their voices piercing the fog with innocence, while elders sip tea beneath wooden eaves, sharing stories older than the city walls. Every corner breathes continuity, every horizon whispers renewal. In Chiang Mai's misty embrace, I feel time dissolve. Not rushed, not restrained, but flowing like the slow river. Expanding like the mountain air, it is a horizon without edges. A space where silence sings and where dawn paints poetry on every hidden valley. The mist will lift, revealing the vivid hues of day. but the memory of this moment remains. A horizon wrapped in tenderness, a promise etched in fog. Your mornings are eternal, a delicate song of stillness and becoming. In your mist I see the world not as it is, but as it longs to be, gentle, luminous, infinite. Morning unfolds slowly in Chiang Mai, the horizon veiled in layers of mist. Soft as silk, tender as memory, the mountains rise like ancient guardians, their peaks painted with pale silver light, their slopes cloaked in whispers of green. The city still slumbers, yet the air is alive with subtle promise. A monk's chant drifts across the cool breeze, gentle, resonant. Echoing between temple walls, golden stupas catch the first kiss of dawn, glimmering through the fog like beacons of eternity. I wander along quiet streets, where teakwood houses lean into shadow, where bougainvillea cascades like waterfalls of color, and incense smoke curls above shrines, carrying prayers into the gray-blue sky. The world feels slower here, every step softened by the cushion of morning dew. Doi Suthep watches from above, its sacred temple glowing faintly, half veiled, half revealed, like wisdom waiting to be uncovered. The road spirals toward its heights, where pilgrims and wanderers pause, to let silence speak louder than words. By the Ping River, reflections blur, boats sway gently, their oars cutting ripples across the still water. The horizon stretches endlessly, a watercolor canvas shifting between pastel lavender, gentle rose, and lingering amber. Coffee drifts from hillside farms, the scent mingling with earth and rain, reminding me that life here is nourished by patience, by the rhythm of seasons. The sound of a bamboo flute carries faintly, woven into the rustle of trees, into the heartbeat of the hills. As the mist lingers, the city transforms into a dreamscape, half real, half imagined, inviting the soul to wander without hurry. Markets slowly awaken, vendors unwrap baskets of fruit, oranges glowing like suns in miniature, lychees clustered like jewels of summer. Children laugh on bicycles, their voices piercing the fog with innocence, while elders sip tea beneath wooden eaves, sharing stories older than the city walls. Every corner breathes continuity, every horizon whispers renewal. In Chiang Mai's misty embrace, I feel time dissolve, not rushed, not restrained, but flowing like the slow river. Expanding like the mountain air, it is a horizon without edges, a space where silence sings and where dawn paints poetry on every hidden valley. The mist will lift, revealing the vivid hues of day, but The memory of this moment remains, a horizon wrapped in tenderness, a promise etched in fog. Child, your mornings are eternal, a delicate song of stillness and becoming. In your mist I see the world not as it is, but as it longs to be, gentle, luminous, infinite. The night softens into silver waves, breathe against the sand, and Phuket's shoreline glimmers like a ribbon of liquid light. Palm trees lean into the whispers of the sea, their silhouettes painted across the horizon, swaying gently as though lulled by the endless rhythm of tides. The ocean hums a lullaby, deep, eternal, patient. Each crest carries fragments of the moon, shattered silver scattering before melting into the depths again. I walk barefoot along Kata Beach, the grains of sand fine as sugar, warm from the day sun, yet cooling beneath the embrace of night. A fishing boat drifts lazily in the distance, its lantern glowing amber, a single heartbeat of fire against the vast canvas of dark water. The sound of oars blends with the surf, a pulse in harmony with my own. The stars awake in tiny portals scattered across infinity. Orion leans low above the water while the Southern Cross points toward the horizon stream. The Milky Way spills like powdered glass, dancing in tandem with the waves. Somewhere beyond the shore, music rises faintly, guitar strummed by unseen hands, laughter woven into the night breeze, voices echo in between coconut groves. It feels distant yet near, like a memory unfolding in real time. I close my eyes and listen to the hush of the tide, to the hush inside myself. The ocean carries both silence and song, both endings and beginnings. It is here in Phuket that time feels fluid, slipping between fingers like water refusing capture. At sunrise, the sea awakens anew. The mist glows, amber boats return with their harvest nets shimmering with the sheen of scales. Fishermen laugh, their voices strong against the roar of waves. Children run along the shoreline, their footprints with promise. The beaches stretch endlessly, curving like crescents of quiet wonder. Each bay a secret waiting to be whispered. I dive into the water, cool, infinite, forgiving. The sea envelops me like a dream, its body alive with darting fish. Its soul eternal with coral gardens and shadows of turtles gliding through the underwater cathedral. Every wave holds a memory. Every tide writes a verse, and every dream is tied to the pulse of the ocean, to the endless ebb and flow that mirrors the human heart. Forget islands of ocean dreams, you cradle me in your tides, you remind me of infinity in every horizon of blue. The sea will rise, the sea will fall, but in your embrace I am both adrift and at home. The river bends around the ancient city, its waters carrying reflections of centuries. Ayutthaya breathe through the stillness, its ruins glowing amber in the setting sun. Brick by brick, tower by tower, stories linger in silence, yet speak in echoes that never fade. The temples rise like guardians of memory, their spires sharp against the golden sky. Crumbling walls hold whispers of kings and monks, chants woven into the stone, 1,000 prayers preserved in the cracks of time. I walk among the ruins, the ground warm beneath my steps. The air smells of earth and incense, a fragrance both sacred and familiar. Lotus ponds mirror the sky, their blossoms drifting gently, petals folding like hands at rest. Bells toll in the distance, soft metallic lingering, their voices float across the water, mingling with the murmur of cicadas and the slow breath of the evening wind. Each chime feels like a memory resurfacing from the past, a reminder that time is both fleeting and eternal. The sun sinks low, painting the ruins in molten gold. Watch Hiawatha glows like a crown of fire, its silhouette burning into memory. Shadows stretch across the courtyards, long fingers reaching toward tomorrow, while light carves patterns upon the broken stone. Children laugh near the market, their voices ringing against the backdrop of history. Vendors call with gentle tones, offering mangoes, grilled river fish, sweets wrapped in banana leaves. becomes a dream. Lamps flicker along the river, their flames trembling but steady, mirroring stars above the ancient and the present meet in that glow, as though time itself has folded into a single moment. I pause near a crumbling stupa, tracing the cracks with my eyes. How many storms has it endured? How many prayers has it heard? Each stone seems alive, holding fragments of voices that echo softly in the mind. And then silence, the hush that arrives after sunset, when the air cools and the cicadas fade. Only the heartbeat of the city remains, subtle but unbroken. Ayutthaya does not vanish, it lingers, golden and eternal, a reminder that beauty is carved not only in creation but also in endurance. I breathe with the ruins, I walk with their shadows. The night sky blooms overhead, and the city, though quiet, sings. Beneath the velvet skies of Sukhothai, time flows slower than the drifting clouds. The ruins stand like timeless silhouettes, their spires piercing the heavens, their shadows etched into memory. Moonlight touches the old bricks, soft silver gliding across centuries, revealing the stories they still keep. The night hums with life unseen, a chorus of crickets, the flutter of bats, the faint rustle of palm leaves swaying in the breeze. A lotus pond mirrors the constellations, stars floating upon its surface, as if the heavens have descended to meet the earth. Of the historical park, stone Buddhas gazing serenely, their smiles untouched by time, their faces glow beneath lantern light, as if whispering to the present All is fleeting, all is eternal. Each step feels guided, as though the earth itself carries me gently through history's embrace. What Mahathat rises in silence, its grand shed is aligned with cosmic intent. They are not just monuments, they are instruments of the stars, anchored to eternity. The night sky bends low, draping the ruins with galaxies, making them whole again. Incense smoke drifts from a shrine nearby, its fragrance winding upward like a prayer. The air is thick with reverence, and the stillness is alive. Breathing through the stones, I close my eyes and hear faint echoes of chanting. Monks from centuries past, their voices rippling like water through the fabric of time. Children's laughter echoes faintly, not from this age but another. I imagine the city alive once more, lanterns strung along the streets, markets buzzing with voices, drums beating in the square. The festival of Loikrathong, born from these very grounds, a river of light flowing into the night. Now only silence remains, but silence that is full, pregnant with memory. Every broken wall glows under starlight, every fallen stone hums with resonance. Sukhothai whispers, we endure, we shine, our spirit bound to the infinite skies. I sit near the great pond, watching the reflection of Orion scatter across the rippling water. The stars seem closer here, as if the heavens chose Sukhothai as their resting place. I breathe deeply, and the night breathes with me. A union of past and present, earth and cosmos, soul and silence. The breeze carries faint music, imagined or real, a bamboo flute, a distant drum, a rhythm that belongs to no time at all. It dances across the water, settles upon the ruins, and vanishes into the sky. Sukhothai does not sleep, it watches, it remembers, it glows with ancient skies, guiding all who The tide hums softly beneath the moon, waves folding into themselves, silver edges glistening on the water skin. Crabby at night becomes a dream, a watercolor painted in fluid strokes of ocean, limestone, and endless sky. The cliffs rise like guardians, dark silhouettes carved by time, their faces glowing faintly as moonlight drapes across their crowns. They stand eternal, yet seem to breathe with the sea, their echoes merging with every tide. I walk barefoot on the sand, the grains cool and damp, each step sinking slightly, leaving traces that the waves erase. Children once ran here, laughter scattering like shells, now only whispers remain, carried on the night wind. The long-tail boats rest by the shore, their bows pointing toward the horizon. Their wooden frames creaking faintly, as if dreaming of tomorrow's voyage. Painted prows glisten under moonlight, offering silent prayers to the sea. Colorful ribbons tied to the masts flutter gently in the breeze, a blessing for safe passage, a ritual as old as the tides. The limestone caves hold secrets, stories etched in their chambers, stalactites dripping with history. If you press your ear close enough, you might hear the voices of fishermen, or the chants of monks who once found solitude here. The caves glow faintly with fireflies, their flicker like fallen stars resting inside the earth. Far across the bay, islands rise like shadows of dreams, jagged peaks softened by the distance. The moon paints pathways across the sea, a silver road stretching endlessly, as if inviting the traveler to follow into another world. A fisherman casts his net, its arc catching the light, spreading like a constellation before sinking into the depths. The water swallows it whole, yet the image lingers in the sky, a reminder that all movements are reflections of greater patterns. I sit by the shoreline, watching the tide pulse, a heartbeat of the earth. Every crest and fall feels ancient, a rhythm unchanged, whispering the same lullaby to every generation. The air is thick with salt and jasmine, a fragrance carried from the hills. Somewhere a guitar plays a distant melody, simple, tender. the ocean becomes the sky. I can no longer tell where water ends and heavens begin. It is all one, fluid, boundless, eternal. Krabi does not sleep, it flows, it sings with moonlight, its voice gentle yet fast. And as I close my eyes, the sound of waves folds into my breath, carrying me like a small boat into the endless current of dreams. The road to Nan winds like a ribbon, curving through valleys, touching rivers, brushing against the edges of forests that have stood longer than memory. Here, the night hums softly, not with silence, but with voices. Whispers of trees, secrets of streams, a language older than the city itself. The forest breathes in twilight hues, its canopy a cathedral of endless green and shadow. Leaves tremble under moonlight, their silver edges catching every breeze. 1,000 tiny mirrors reflecting stars. The air is cool, scented with earth, a mingling of moss, wild jasmine, and the faint sweetness of bamboo. Somewhere, a cicada begins, its rhythm steady, like a drummer marking time. Frogs answer in low tones, the call and response, building a chorus woven into the fabric of night. This is the music of Nan, an orchestra without conductor, yet flawless in its flow. I follow a narrow trail lit only by lantern light, dangling from wooden poles. Each flame flickers gently, painting shadows on the trees, as if the forest itself were alive with spirits. And perhaps it is, for here in Nan, every tree seems to carry a soul of its own. The river murmurs in the distance, its surface dark glass, its current slow but unyielding. Water buffalo graze nearby, their silhouettes massive, their eyes glowing faintly, like guardians of the land. The bells around their necks chime softly, a lullaby for the night. Deeper in, I find the temple nestled in the trees, its wooden roofs deep and carved, its walls glowing with candlelight. Monks chant within, their voices resonant, blending with the sound of forest winds. It feels less like prayer, more like communion, a dialogue between man and earth. Outside, the stars spread endlessly, stretches beneath. The forest whispers stories of hunters who once walked its floor, of villagers who gathered herbs and wood, of children who chased fireflies through these very paths. Its voice is not one of memory, but of continuity, that all who walk here leave a trace, become part of its unbroken song. I close my eyes and the sounds flow together. The monks, the insects, the river, the shifting leaves, the faint rustle of unseen wings. It is vast, yet it holds me tenderly, like a lullaby meant for a single soul. Nan does not shout, it whispers, it gathers silence and sound, light and shadow, earth and spirit, into one endless breath. And in that breath, I feel the pulse of something timeless, something that does not end. When dawn breaks, or when the road winds me away. Samoa's western shore, the day bends softly into gold. The horizon stretches wide and endless, a canvas brushed by clouds that catch the light like silk threads woven in fire. The ocean does not rush here, it breathes slow and certain, each wave carrying the weight of sunlight, as if it were precious, as if it could be held forever. Palm trees stand in silhouette, their crowns swaying like dancers, performing the slow ritual of evening. The breeze carries hints of salt, of grilled spices from beachside stalls, of jasmine tangled in the air. Tourists and locals gather on the sand, barefoot, unhurried, their shadows stretching long and thin. As the sun lowers itself into the cradle of the sea, children chase the tide, their laughter a melody woven into the hush of waves. Fishermen pull boats to shore, their nets heavy, their voices carrying across water. like timeless chants nearby. Lovers walk hand in hand, their footprints dissolving before the next tide arrives. But their whispers linger, woven into the glow of dusk. The sky transforms, turning from amber to rose, from rose to violet, from violet to a blue so deep it feels like eternity itself. Clouds scatter like lantern smoke, their edges burning, their hearts glowing. It is a slow unveiling, a theater where the sun bows to the horizon and offers its final act, a glow too grand for words to hold. As the sun kisses the water, a hush falls, even the waves grow softer, as if paying respect. Phones and cameras rise, but even lenses cannot contain this fire. It is not a scene to capture, but to breathe, to let soak into the marrow. This is Samui's gift, a sunset that feels endless, even though it is fleeting. Night begins gently, lanterns are lit along the beach cafés, their glow reflecting on glasses filled with wine and tropical fruit. Musicians strum guitars, their chords slow, mellow, mingling with the hush of tide. Conversations soften to whispers and laughter flows like the tide itself. Gentle effort, never hurried. The horizon still holds light, a faint ember refusing to surrender. It lingers like memory, like a promise that tomorrow will rise again, bright as today. But in this moment, the night does not rush. It lets the afterglow remain, painting the sea, painting the soul with colors that belong only to Samui. I walk the shoreline, the sand cool beneath my feet. The ocean hums its eternal song, a lullaby carried by centuries of tides. I stop to breathe it in, the scent, the sound, the glow, and I realize the sunset here is not only in the sky, it is in the voices around me, in the warmth of strangers, in the ease of laughter, in the way the world slows to listen. the patient, but I carry the sunset still, not in my eyes, but in my chest. For Samuel, sunset does not simply vanish, it becomes a glow within, a memory so luminous it guides the heart long after night has come. The road to Nan winds like a ribbon, curving through valleys, touching rivers, brushing against the edges of forests that have stood longer than memory. Here the night hums softly, not with silence, but with voices, whispers of trees, secrets of streams, a language older than the city itself. The forest breathes in twilight hues, its canopy a cathedral of endless green and shadow. Leaves tremble under moonlight, their silver edges catching every breeze, 1,000 tiny mirrors reflecting stars. The air is cool, scented with earth, a mingling of moss, wild jasmine, and the faint sweetness of bamboo. Somewhere a cicada begins its rhythm steady, like a drummer marking time. Frogs answer in low tones, the call and response, building a chorus woven into the fabric of night. This is the music of Nan, an orchestra without conductor, yet flawless in its flow. I follow a narrow trail lit only by lantern light, dangling from wooden poles. Each flame flickers gently, painting shadows on the trees, as if the forest itself were alive with spirits. And perhaps it is, for here in now every tree seems to carry a soul of its own. The river murmurs in the distance, its surface dark glass, its current slow but unyielding. Water buffalo graze nearby, their silhouettes massive, their eyes glowing faintly like guardians of the land. The bells around their necks chime softly, a lullaby for the night. Deeper in, I find the temple nestled in the trees, its wooden roof steep and carved, its walls glowing with candlelight. Monks chant within, their voices resonant, blending with the sound of forest winds. It feels less like prayer, more like communion, a dialogue between man and earth. Outside, the stars spread endlessly, their clarity unmarred by city lights. The Milky Way spills like powder, a river across the heavens, while fireflies mimic its path below. Tiny lanterns weaving through bamboo for a moment. The sky and the earth mirror one another, and I stand between two galaxies, unsure which is above, which is beneath. The forest whispers stories of hunters who once walked its floor, of villagers who gathered herbs and wood, of children who chased fireflies through is not one of memory, but of continuity, that all who walk here leave a trace, become part of its unbroken song. I close my eyes and the sounds flow together, the monks, the insects, the river, the shifting leaves, the faint rustle of unseen wings. It is vast, yet it holds me tenderly, like a lullaby meant for a single soul. Nan does not shout, it whispers, it gathers silence and sound, light and shadow, earth and spirit, into one endless breath. And in that breath I feel the pulse of something timeless, something that does not end. When dawn breaks, or when the road winds me away, the shoreline stretches wide beneath the fading sun, sand soft as parchment, gilded in the last warmth of daylight. Palm trees sway in unison, their fronds whispering to the breeze, as if telling secrets meant only for the sea. Hua Hin carries a rhythm unlike any other, a gentle cadence of waves rolling endlessly to shore. Their white foam fingers tracing and erasing stories written in the sand. Every wave is a memory, every treat a promise that it will always return. Salt-kissed, a blend of seaweed, fresh fish sizzling in market stalls, and the faint sweetness of tropical fruit from a cart passing by. Children laugh at the water's edge, chasing kites shaped like dragons, their tails catching in the breeze. Above them the sky is vast, painted in coral and indigo, a canvas the horizon redraws each night. Long tailboats rest like sleeping guardians, their hulls painted with colors that time has softened but not erased. Fishermen mend their nets nearby, their hands moving with patience, their eyes scanning the ocean as if it were both friend and mystery. The tide speaks to them, a conversation as old as their lineage. Further down the beach, the night market comes alive, lanterns flickering, casting golden halos on rows of stalls. Shell trinkets glisten under warm light, jewelry of coral and silver, catching the eyes of travelers. The air hums with music, a guitar strumming, a voice rising like smoke, singing ballads of love and distance. But here carrying the ocean's hymn. Each gust feels ancient, as though it remembers the footprints of kings and poets who once walked these shores. Night deepens. The stars arrive one by one, scattering diamonds across the sky. The moon's reflection shivers on the surface of the sea, a silver path stretching endlessly outward. It feels like an invitation, a reminder that the ocean is not a boundary but a bridge. Couples walk slowly, their shadows elongated in the moonlight, their hands woven tightly together. Horses clip-clop along the shore, their riders quiet, content to let the sea speak. In the distance, a lighthouse beam sweeps its steady arc, marking time not with hours, but with light itself. I close my eyes and the breeze surrounds me, wrapping me in its cool embrace. It carries the scent of salt, the echo of waves, the faint hum of voices and music, all blending into a single harmony. It is a song without words, a lullaby written by the sea, for those who linger long enough to hear. Hua Hin does not rush, it unfolds, it drifts like a sailboat gliding over calm water, its pace unhurried, its beauty never forced, and in its rhythm I find myself exhaling, letting go of the weight I did not realize I carried. When dawn approaches, the first light paints the horizon, soft strokes of pink and gold. Fishermen push their boats to sea again, their silhouettes strong against the glow. The waves keep moving, the breeze keeps singing, and Hua Hin greets another day. Forever timeless, forever alive in the breath of the ocean. The road to Pai twists through mountains, a ribbon of curves draped in mist, each bend revealing valleys where rivers gleam like silver threads. The air grows cooler, carrying scents of pine, wildflowers and smoke from distant hearts. By the time the river appears, it feels less like discovery and more like a long-awaited return. The Play River flows softly, its surface a mirror of clouds by day and of stars by night. Water carries whispers, smoothing stones, singing to bamboo stalks that bend toward its banks. It is not a torrent, not a command. It is a serenade, gentle and endless, woven into the pulse of the town. Wooden bridges stretch across the water, their beams weathered, creaking with the footsteps of travelers who linger, drawn to the stillness that the river always promises. Lanterns sway along the path, their golden light rippling like reflections of distant suns. They seem to bow with the breeze, greeting each wanderer with a humble flame. At dusk, the hills blush in amber, and the market awakens. Stalls line the streets, laden with woven scarves, beaded bracelets, herbs bundled with twine. The air is fragrant, grilled skewers, sweet roti, freshly brewed tea steaming in clay cups. Musicians gather at corners, their guitars strumming, their voices drifting gently like echoes carried on the river. Closer to the banks, bonfires glow, their sparks rising like fireflies. Travelers circle around, telling stories of roads traveled, dreams half formed, songs learned from strangers. The river listens, its current catching fragments of sound, carrying them downstream to places unseen. Night deepens and the mountains turn to silhouettes, giant guardians watching over Pi. The sky blooms with constellations, each star burning like a lantern hung from eternity. Reflections shimmer upon the water, and for a moment the river seems infinite, a seam stitching earth and heaven together. I sit upon its bank, toes dipping into the cool current. It presses against me softly, not demanding but reminding that flow is not force, that time is not to be conquered, only moved with. I breathe with the river and it breathes with me. Its melody thin and clear, a ribbon of sound sliding across the night air. The notes wander, meeting the hum of insects, the crackle of fire, the rhythm of footsteps from a nearby bridge. Together they form a song that is both fragile and eternal. Pi teaches through its quiet that serenity is not the absence of sound, but the weaving of every voice. River, wind, fire, laughter into dissolve, not lost but more whole, as if the current carries pieces I had forgotten back to me again. The Pei River serenades without end. It sings not of grandeur, but of presence, of being here now, listening until dawn brushes the mountains with light, and the serenade begins anew.
The bridge rises above the river, iron bones stretching across the water, its shadow etched upon the surface like a memory too heavy to fade. Kanchanaburi holds its stories close, of steel laid down under burning suns, of hands that worked, of footsteps that crossed in silence. Each echo upon the wooden planks is more than sound. It is remembrance, a reverberation of history. By day the quiet river flows slow and wide, its surface gleaming in the heat. Longboats drift lazily, their engines humming like bees in the backdrop of forested hills. Fishermen cast their nets, their movements steady, practiced, as if choreographed with the river itself. Children laugh from the banks, skipping stones that ripple into the silence of time. By evening the bridge glows, lanterns are lit, strings of light weaving across beams like constellations hung low to earth. The metal hums with footsteps, tourists and wanderers, pausing to look down at the reflection. Golden streaks bending across the black water. There is stillness in the crowd, a hush that settles, as though all know the echoes here are not simply sound, but soul. I walk slowly, each step reverberating like a drumbeat in the night. The bridge breathes with memory. If you press your hand to its iron, you can almost hear it. A chorus of voices, workers, soldiers, dreamers, all stitched into the steel, all bound into its echo. And yet there is beauty here, a resilience that rises from beneath the shadows. Kanchanaburi does not dwell only in sorrow, it also blooms with the resilience of life. Along the riverbanks, cafés open with soft music, jazz chords spilling into the air, mingling with the cool night breeze. Travelers sip tea, their voices gentle, their laughter light echoing differently, not of burden, but of healing. The river listens, its current is steady, as if promising to carry all stories forward. It cradles both grief and joy, both silence and song in the distance. Mountains rise like guardians, their dark silhouettes etched against the twilight sky. They watch, they remember, but they do not bind. They let the night unfold. Underneath the stars, the bridge transforms. It is no longer just iron and wood, but an instrument. Each footstep resonates, each whispered word carries, until the whole span hums like a string plucked by unseen hands. The echo is not sorrow alone, it is connection, a reminder that every voice, every life adds to the resonance of the whole. I pause midway across, leaning against the rail. The night air is cool, smelling faintly of river reeds and jasmine. The water below glistens with shifting patterns, as if the stars themselves have descended to float upon its surface. Somewhere a guitar strums, its melody soft, fragile, a song carried across the current, merging with the hum of the bridge. Here the past and present are not divided, they are woven, stitched together by sound, by echo, by the bridge itself. I close my eyes and listen. I hear footsteps, laughter, whispers, tears, but above all, I hear life echoing forward into tomorrow. And when I leave the bridge, its resonance lingers within me. The echo does not fade with distance, it moves with me, as if reminding to walk gently, to remember deeply, to live with the rhythm of water, the persistence of steel, and the endless echoes of those who came before. The Kanchanaburi bridge sings, it sings in iron and water, in lanterns and footsteps, in sorrow and renewal. And to those who listen, its song is not just memory, it is hope.
In Lampang, the night is not merely darkness, it is a canvas waiting to be brushed with light. The streets grow quiet as twilight melts into evening, but soon the silence begins to shimmer one by one. Lanterns awaken, glowing softly like fireflies set free
from human hands. The air carries a warmth not of heat but of spirit. Families gather in courtyards, children holding paper lanterns with trembling fingers. Their eyes mirror the flicker, half wonder, half prayer. Grandmothers murmur blessings, grandfathers steady the flames, and together they release tiny suns into the sky. The riverbanks come alive with color, lanterns float upon the water, gentle stars adrift on liquid night. Each carries a wish, a silent message whispered into flame and folded paper. The current accepts them, guiding their light into the horizon of shadows. They do not vanish, they join the flow like constellations upon water, mirroring the heavens above. The bridge in town glimmers, wood creaks beneath footsteps as lovers lean against its railing, watching lanterns ascend like souls rising toward infinity. Their hands entwine, their voices hush, as though the night itself has asked for reverence. A horse-drawn carriage passes slowly, the rim and clip of hooves echoing against stone roads. The city holds on to traditions gently, not clinging but weaving them into the present. The past is not lost here, it rides alongside, a companion illuminated by lantern light. Above, the lanterns multiply, the sky transforms into an ocean of fire. Waves of orange and gold rolling against the black. Some drift higher, fading into stars. Others linger low, hovering with quiet persistence. All together, they breathe life into the night, a course of light that speaks without words. I sit upon a bench by the what's outer wall, its silhouette a guardian over the lantern sea. The temple bells ring softly, their echoes mingling with laughter, with murmured prayers, with the steady breath of the city. Every sound feels softened, as if wrapped in paper glow. In this moment, I do not feel the weight of tomorrow. I feel only the rise of lanterns, the fall of reflections, the pulse of music from a nearby street singer, a guitar humming a fragile tune, its melody carried upward with the drifting light. The night deep but in the echoes they leave behind an afterglow upon the heart, an eternal night lit by human hope. In Lampang, the night is not merely darkness, it is a canvas waiting to be brushed with light. The streets grow quiet as twilight melts into evening, but soon the silence begins to shimmer. One by one, lanterns awaken, glowing softly like fireflies set free from human hands. The air carries a warmth, not of heat, but of spirit. Families gather in courtyards, children holding paper lanterns with trembling fingers. Their eyes mirror the flicker, half wonder, half prayer. Grandmothers murmur blessings, grandfathers steady the flames, and together they release tiny suns into the sky. The riverbanks come alive with color, lanterns float upon the water, gentle stars adrift on liquid night. Each carries a wish, a silent message whispered into flame and folded paper. The current accepts them, guiding their light into the horizon of shadows. They do not vanish, they join the flow like constellations upon water, mirroring the heavens above. The bridge in town glimmers, wood creaks beneath footsteps as lovers lean against its railing. Watching lanterns ascend like souls rising toward infinity, their hands entwined, their voices hushed as though the night itself has asked for reverence. A
A horse-drawn carriage passes slowly, the rhythmic clip of hooves echoing against stone roads. The city holds on to traditions gently, not clinging, but weaving them into the present. The past is not lost here, it rides alongside a companion illuminated by lantern light. Multiply, the sky transforms into an ocean of fire. Waves of orange and gold rolling against the black. Some drift higher, fading into stars. Others linger low, hovering with quiet persistence. So all together they breathe life into the night. A chorus of light that speaks without words. I sit upon a bench by the Watts outer wall, its silhouette a guardian over the lantern sea. The temple bells ring softly, their echoes mingling with laughter, with murmured prayers, with the steady breath of the city. Every sound feels softened, as if wrapped in paper glow. In this moment, I do not feel the weight of tomorrow. I feel only the rise of lanterns, the fall of reflections, the pulse of music from a nearby street singer. A guitar humming a fragile tune, its melody carried upward with the drifting light. The night deepens, but Lampang only grows brighter. The lanterns teach that light, though fragile, it can fill the entire sky. That hope, though whispered, can move mountains of silence. They do not demand eternity, yet they give it freely in the briefness of their flame. When at last the lanterns fade into distance and dawn, in Trang, the silence speaks. It is not empty, but filled with emerald hues that shimmer across limestone cliffs and spill into the sea. The morning mist lingers, curled like whispers around towering rocks that rise from the water, like ancient guardians. Boats drift lazily between islands, their wooden hulls painted in the colors of salt and time.
The oars dip, the ripples widen, yet even the sound of water feels hushed, as if the ocean itself bows to the stillness.
Mangroves stretch their roots deep into the brackish tide. Herons move slowly, deliberate, their wings catching the light. In flashes of silver, monkeys chatter from the canopy. Yet their voices too are softened by distance, as if the forest sings in a minor key. The caves invite you inward, cool air wraps around skin. Echoes bounce from stalactites like forgotten prayers. Lantern light flickers against walls of stone, revealing veins of emerald, gems painted by time, untouched yet eternal. It is silence you can feel, a hush carved into stone, layer upon layer, 1,000 years of waiting. As afternoon bends toward dusk, the islands glow. The sea reflects green and gold, the last sunlight pouring into hidden lagoons where water lies so clear. It feels like glass, a single paddle breaks the surface, sending ripples outward, rings upon rings, each one a measure of time in the ocean's endless song. On the beach, the sand is pale, scattered with shells that once held voices of the deep. Children gather them, pressing them to their ears, listening for stories. The horizon remains wide, unbroken, yet softened by the embrace of evening's approach. Lanterns flicker in coastal towns, grilled fish sense the air, mingling with lemongrass and smoke. Locals speak gently, their voices measured, as though silence is not absence, but respect. A man strums a slow guitar, its notes floating into night air like boats leaving shore, gentle and unhurried. The sea at dusk is emerald still, the cliffs are shadows now, but their presence remains etched against the stars. Bats sweep through the caves, their wings painting patterns of dark against dark. The tide shifts slowly, carrying lantern reflections outward, their lights mingling with constellations. And so tranquil comes a hymn, a song not sung but breathed. Its silence is not emptiness, it is fullness, a pause where beauty gathers. It is the hush of emerald waters, the echo of caves, the weight of time resting gently on stone and tide alike. I sit at the edge of this quiet world, feet buried in sand, listening not with ears but with the heart. The silence here is alive, it pulses, it glows, it teaches.
that not all music is made of sound. Some songs are carried in stillness, in emerald light, in the spaces between waves.
When night finally claims the sea, the silence deepens, but I am not afraid of it, for within this quiet eye I carry the glow of trance. It's timeless, emerald hush, its eternal gift of peace. Destroys a fire that dreams. Candles rise, carved into towers. Their wax molded by patient hands, telling stories older than stone. Flames flicker against twilight, casting gold across temple walls, as if the night itself were lit from within. The air carries resin, beeswax sweetened by smoke. Children run with sparklers, their laughter spinning like fireflies set loose. Monks chant in low tones, their voices weaving with the hum of cicadas, both grounded, both eternal. Candle floats drift down the river, small vessels of light, on a current that bends like time itself. They carry prayers whispered softly, requests and not to be answered, but to be carried, to dissolve into water, to join the eternal flow. On the streets, parades gather, sculpted wax elephants march beside Naga, winding upward, their scales glistening in flames embrace. Dancers move in rhythm, anklets ringing like stars in motion, their steps tracing the geometry of centuries. The music is not a rush, drums pulse slow, flutes rise and fall like breath beneath sky. The city glows, every doorway holds a candle, every eye reflects its flame. There is no shadow too deep that it cannot be reached by this light. The night becomes a sea of fire, each spark a memory, each flame a promise. I walk beneath lanterns strung across narrow alleys, their glow pools on cobblestones, turning each step into something sacred. Vendors call softly, offering sweets glazed with sugar, fruits cut into stars. The smoke of incense rises, slow spirals merging with candlelight, a scent that belongs to devotion. At the temple gates, rows of candles stand tall, guardians of silence. Their flames do not fight the dark, they embrace it, they soften it, they teach it to shine. Prayers hum in the air, not shouted but breathed, a rhythm that carries they fade, they leave a glow behind, etched in air, etched in memory. People do not mourn the ending, they smile, for in your bond every candle that dies is not an ending, but a seed for tomorrow's flame. The stars overhead lean closer, curious of this earthly glow, and I realize the dream is not in the candles, it is in the hands that shape them, the prayers that lit them, the silence that holds them. When dawn comes, the wax will melt away, the parades will vanish, the streets will return to ordinary, but I will carry the glow still, a golden memory behind my ribs, a soft flame that will not go out. Teaches us to dream with fire, to paint silence with gold, to let every flicker remind us light does not conquer darkness, it transforms it. And in that transformation, we dream together with candles, with silence, with hope. Cane breathes in wide strokes, the canvas stretched across the sky. Here, the horizon is not a line but a living thread, woven with fields, rivers, temples, and stars. At dawn, the earth glows, paddy fields mirror the sky, turning every stalk of rice into a brush dipped in gold. Farmers walk the furrows, their shadows long, their voices low, soft like chants carried by morning wind. The earth listens, and the horizon widens. Roosters call, monks walk barefoot with alms bowls and bells from a distant temple spill into the air. Each sound settles gently, a note on the staff of silence. Even the dogs sleeping in the shade of bamboo fences seem to hear the music, ears twitching in rhythm. The city awakens slowly, markets open with steam rising from noodle pots, vendors calling with practice tones, coins clinking like percussion, colors fill the stalls, mangoes glowing yellow, chilies burning red, lotus flowers pale and tender, yet above it all the horizon holds steady, unbroken, a line that gathers everything, and by afternoon the sky stretches endless clouds. university towers rise, a modern rhythm in ancient land. Students ride bicycles past shrines where incense burns, their voices spilling like song into air thick with heat. Concane is not bound by time, it bends it, blending history and tomorrow into one seamless line. As dusk falls, the horizon becomes fire, the sun rests low, its reflection doubled in fields, turning water into molten glass. Birds wheel above, their wings etched black against a canvas of orange and violet. A farmer pauses, leans on his hoe and watches the light fade, a silent prayer without words. Night arrives gently, lanterns bloom along streets, temple candles shimmer, and the lake carries reflections of neon and stars alike. Somewhere a guitar plays its chords slow, lingering, as if to hold the horizon in sound. The air cools, cicadas take their place, as the night's percussion steady and unyielding. Concane teaches patience, the horizon is always there. At dawn, at dusk, in silence, in song. It does not rush, it waits, it gathers, it holds all things without end. And I, standing here, find myself stretched between earth and sky, heart aligned with that line, pulse moving with the rhythm of fields and stars. I understand then the horizon is not a distance, it is a promise, a line that tells us we belong to this land, to this light, to this unending song. The morning and soon begins not with machines, but with footsteps heavy and slow, echoing through the fields, the footsteps of elephants. Their shadows stretch across the dawn, vast, unhurried, each step pressing memory into soil. Mahouts walk beside them, voices calm as streams, guiding giants with nothing but trust and rhythm. The air is cool, filled with dew and earth, and the elephants' trunks sway like prayers, gathering branches, lifting dust, tracing the invisible language of the land. Children watch from doorways, their eyes
steadies the heart. Markets awaken with drums, wooden beats rising from stalls. Vendors calling, voices woven with the smell of grilled rice cakes and morning herbs amid the chaos. The elephants remain still, as if holding the patience of centuries. In the festival months, the town becomes music, parades spill down streets. Elephants painted in colors, their tusks crowned with flowers, their steps synchronized with gongs and flutes. The people dance, anklets ringing, children tossing petals, and still the elephants walk, not performers, but ancestors walking among us, their presence older than kings. In the quiet after, by rivers and forests they bathe. Water splashes in arcs of silver, trunks spraying like laughter. The mahouts sing low songs, ancient lullaby songs that have followed rivers for generations. The elephants close their eyes, rocking gently, dreaming with the current. At dusk the fields glow, elephants move in silhouettes, black against the molten sun. Birds circle above, returning to roost, while bells tied to the elephants' necks chime like small stars. The horizon gathers them in, a family walking home. Night in Surin is tender, fires burn in the distance, lanterns rise and the elephants rest in circles, breathing heavy and slow, their presence filling the dark, like mountains that dream. I sit nearby, listening to their silence, a silence that is not empty, but full of stories carried in footsteps, full of memories written in dust, full of the patience of the earth itself. Surin whispers, greatness is not loud, it is steady. Strength is not force, it is presence. And so the elephants walk, not rushing, not bending, only moving forward, step by step, teaching us the rhythm of time itself. And when I close my eyes, I carry their steps with me, a heartbeat, a drum, a memory that will not fade. For as long as elephants walk Surin, the earth will remember. The Mekong flows like a ribbon of time, carrying stories from mountains to seas. And in Nakhon Phanom, it becomes a mirror of light. At dawn the river is soft, mist lingers low, veiling the surface in silver. Fishermen
push their boats quietly, their oars breaking silence with gentle strokes. The water answers with ripples, each one carrying a reflection of the rising sun. Temples stand along the banks, their spires catching first light, bells ringing slow and clear. Monks walk barefoot on cool stone, their saffron robes a moving flame against the pale horizon. The river listens, carrying chants in its current, whispers that stretch beyond borders, beyond time. By midday, the Mekong is alive. Children run along the shore, laughter rising like birds. Vendors gather in the markets, selling grilled fish wrapped in banana leaves. Sticky rice, sweet tamarind. The air smells of spice and river wind. Drums echo from a distance, a rehearsal for the festival. Each beat rolling like waves against the heart. The city hums, but never too loud. Here life is steady, a rhythm tuned to the river's patient song. As dusk arrives, the Mekong transforms. Lanterns are lit, candles placed on banana leaf floats, their flames trembling yet refusing to fade. Families gather by the water, hands joined in prayer, eyes lifted to the darkening sky. The first stars appear, but still the river holds more light. Then comes the moment, the festival of fireballs. From the water's surface, mysterious flames rise, leaping into night with sudden brilliance. Crowds gasp, children point, elders smile, for they know this is not just fire, it is a blessing, a mystery, a reminder that the river is alive with spirit. The Mekong carries all of it, candles drifting downstream, voices singing ancient songs, the crackle of fireworks, the hush of awe. Its surface glows with countless lights, red, gold, white, like a sky turned upside down. Night deepens, the crowds fade, but the river remains. Lanterns float quietly now, their flames smaller, their reflections endless. Crickets sing, dogs bark in the distance, and the last boats return to shore. On the bank, I sit in silence, watching the Mekong breathe. The lights move slowly, carried away yet never gone, just as memories are carried to time. But also a mirror, every prayer cast upon it returns as light.
of stories, the river of light. Before the sun breaks the horizon, Lofi rests in silence. The mountains stand like ancient guardians, their ridges layered in shadows, their peaks crowned with mist. The air is cool, the kind of cool that wakes the soul, fresh with the scent of pine and earth. Crickets give their last whispers, while roosters echo from distant valleys, calling the world toward day. Grows heavy across the slopes, blanketing the villages below. Wooden houses peek through clouds, smoke rising from small fires, where families warm rice and tea. The sound of a kettle whistles, mingling with the laughter of children, chasing each other barefoot through damp grass. The mountains breathe slowly, their silence broken only by the rustle of bamboo leaves, the trickle of streams running down moss-covered rocks. Birds begin their chorus, minus bulbous doves, each note painting the air with a sense of renewal. Pilgrims climb the trails to Phu Duyang, their footsteps soft yet steady as prayers. They carry offerings, flowers, candles, incense, moving towards shrines that wait atop cliffs to greet the rising sun. And then it comes, a burst of gold, the horizon ignites, casting fire across the sky, turning mist into rivers of light. Peaks once hidden reveal themselves in majesty, stretching endlessly, as if the earth itself were bowing to the dawn. The villagers stop and watch, fishermen by the river pause, their nets dripping, their eyes lifted. Monks gather at temple steps, chanting low, their voices steady, blending with the hum of cicadas and the hush of wind. The markets awaken, vendors lay out baskets filled with mangoes, sticky rice, fresh herbs wrapped in banana leaves. The smell of grilled chicken, the sweetness of tamarind rise with the warmth of day. But even amid the bustle, the mountains remain calm, their shadows deep, their silence unbroken.
The smile of a child in the stillness of the streams, in the way the wind carries the scent of wild flowers from ridge to ridge. At dusk, the mountains glow again, not with fire, but with the gentle embrace of twilight. The people light lanterns, placing them at doorsteps, soft golden halos welcoming the night. And when darkness falls, the stars return, scattered like jewels across the velvet sky. The mountains stand once more as silhouettes ancient and eternal, guarding dreams, guarding silence, until another dawn comes. Time is not to be rushed. Every step, every sunrise, every breath of mist is part of a song older than memory. And as I close my eyes, I carry the sound of mountains waking, the echo of dawn unfolding, the rhythm of a land that lives gently, yet forever strong. Before the boats stir, before the sun climbs, Fanga Bay lies in silence. Limestone and cliffs rise like guardians from the sea, their jagged crowns veiled with soft morning mist. The water rests in glassy stillness, a mirror for the fading stars, each wave so gentle that it feels like the ocean has paused to breathe. The first sound is of oars, wood against water, a fisherman gliding through silver dawn. His boat leaves a quiet trail, ripples expanding like whispers across the bay. No engines, no markets, only the steady rhythm of movement, the sound of a world that honors the calm. Islands emerge from the fog, each one a silhouette, dark against the paling sky. Some rise like sleeping giants, others slender, piercing the air like stone towers. Caves echo with drops of water, the tide filling hollow chambers with songs no one composed, yet everyone can feel. The bay is alive in its silence. Herons stretch their wings, gliding low above the surface, their reflections painted on liquid silver. Schools of fish ripple just beneath, catching fragments of light, turning water into a shifting mosaic. The sun lifts slowly, casting golden streaks across the limestone walls. The cliffs turn from shadow to fire, glowing as though the earth itself were lit from within. villagers watch from shore, preparing nets, tying ropes, their movements unhurried, measured by tides, not clocks. By midday the bay warms, long-tailed boats drift quietly, their motors hushed as if afraid to disturb the water's song. Kayaks weave between caves and arches, paddles slicing smooth and slow, echoes bouncing from cliff to cliff. The world here is not built on speed, but on stillness. At dusk, the horizon blushes, orange fades into pink, pink into violet, violet into night. Lanterns flicker along the shore, their flames reflecting on the water like stars come down to rest. Fishermen return, their nets heavy, their laughter soft, blending with the hush of waves. When night falls, the bay deepens into mystery. Bioluminescent sparks dance in the water, tiny galaxies blooming with every ripple. Above, constellations stretch wide, their light meeting the glow below, the sky and sea becoming one. Bay speaks without words. Its silence is not emptiness, but fullness. A symphony of patience, a hymn of stone and tide. Every ripple is a note, every shadow a verse, every dawn a chorus, renewed again and again. And as I stand at the edge of the shore, listening to its stillness, I feel the bay move within me. It teaches silence is not absence, but presence, not void, but eternity. The sound of the world breathing, the sound of the heart at rest. The silent bay remains ancient, patient, a cathedral carved by sea and sky, a place where silence itself sings forever. When the sun slips beneath the horizon, her young shoreline takes a breath, exhaling the heat of day, inviting the cool embrace of night. The waves, once restless, grow calm and steady, rolling in soft rhythms that echo across the sand. First stars appear timidly, like sparks scattered across velvet. One by one they multiply, until the sky glows with a million eyes, each one watching the quiet sea. The water mirrors them, a living canvas where constellations float upon the tide. Fishermen pull their boats to shore, nets heavy with the sea's gifts. They laugh in low tones, their voices weaving with the hush of surf. Children chase fireflies along the sand, their feet leaving patterns that the waves erase gently, as if time itself were kind here. The shoreline glimmers, tiny bioluminescent sparks awaken beneath the waves, dancing with every step, every ripple, every touch of the night breeze. It feels as though the earth below and the heavens above have conspired to shine together. Far off, the lights of fishing boats glow on the horizon, like lanterns adrift upon the sea. Each light sways gently, rising and falling with the waves, a constellation of human presence set upon water instead of sky. The night deepens, temples on the cliffs release the faint sound of bells, their chimes carried by the wind as offerings of peace. Monks cloaked in saffron robes chant in harmony with the darkness, their voices rising like incense, joining the stars in prayer. Couples walk hand in hand, their silhouettes lit by moonlight. They whisper promises that dissolve into the sound of the waves, but remain eternal in the rhythm of the shore. Elders sit quietly outside their homes, telling stories of the sea. Their voice is a gentle tide, passing wisdom to the next generation. The breeze carries salt and jasmine, mingling with the crackle of small bonfires built along the beach. Flames flicker, casting shadows that sway like dancers upon the sand. Someone strums a guitar, its notes tender and slow, melting into the hush of the ocean. Midnight arrives, the stars grow sharper, the Milky Way stretching wide, a river of light above the sea. The shoreline hums with silence, a silence filled with voices, waves, wind, distant laughter, and the heartbeat of earth itself. At dawn, the stars begin to fade, but the memory of them lingers in the tide, in the hearts of those who watched, in the way Rayong shores hold both light and shadow, both sky and sea, both dreams and waking life. Rayong whispers, the stars are never gone, even when the sun returns, as they wait behind the curtain of day, ready to sing again to the waves, to the hearts, to the endless horizon. And so the shore keeps watch, a stage where the universe performs nightly, where the silence of sand and the vastness of sky become one. Here on Rayong's starry shores, time dissolves into eternity. In the heart of the mountains, where clouds drift low and linger, fetch a bun keeps its secrets. Valleys fold into valleys like pages of a book unread. Their stories written in streams, in whispers of bamboo, in shadows of peaks that touch the sky. Morning arrives not in haste but in layers. First the mist, a white veil that softens ridges and hides the world below. Then the sound of roosters echoing faintly across the hillsides, joined by cicadas and the trickle of hidden waterfalls. The sun follows slowly, painting the sky in quiet gold, revealing slopes covered in cornfields, mango orchards, and rows of cabbages glistening with beads of dew. Small villages stir awake, smoke rises from wooden kitchens. The scent of rice steaming mingles with the mountain breeze. Children run along dirt paths, their laughter ringing like bells in the valley air. Elders sit on porches, sharing tea brewed strong and dark, their eyes fixed on the horizon as though searching the mountains for memories long past. Deeper in the folds of the land, temples sit hidden among the trees. Their stupas rise like lanterns, gilded surfaces catching the earliest rays of light. Bells chime softly, monks walk barefoot through mist-covered paths, their chants resonating like the heartbeat of the valley itself. As noon arrives, the silence grows warmer, the valleys hum with insects, the forests breathing steadily, each leaf swaying in rhythm with the gentle wind. Streams trickle unseen, their voices joining with bird songs to compose a hymn that no hand has ever written. Yet every traveler feels the afternoon brings stillness. Shadows stretch long, water buffalo graze near rivers, their movements slow, timeless, patient. Farmers return from fields, their tools resting on shoulders, their songs drifting over terraces, songs that rise and fall like the hills themselves. When evening comes, the valleys glow with fading fire. The sun slips behind ridges, casting the world into shades of amber and violet. Villagers light small lamps, their flames reflecting on wooden walls. Children gather to hear folk tales, their eyes wide as the sky darkens. The mountains cradle every sound, every breath, as though holding each moment still. And then the stars, they bloom above the valleys, sharp and endless, spilling across the heavens like grains of silver sand. The air cools, the forest quiet, yet the streams keep speaking. Their voices eternal, their songs carry through generations in Fetchabun's hidden valleys. Time does not rush forward, it circles, it breathes, it lingers. Every shadow is a story, every silence a hymn, and for those who wander here listening, the valleys open their hearts, revealing truths written in mist in earth and sky. The valleys whisper, you are small, but you belong. You are fleeting, but you are part of forever. And in this quiet cradle of mountains where silence hums like music, the soul finds rest, the heart finds home. Beneath the southern veil where stars lean low, satin cradles the sea in a timeless glow. Silent tides kiss the limestone wall, whispers of galaxies in the ocean's call. Moonlight spills like silver wine, drawing patterns in the brine. Every wave a page unfurled, stories of a hidden world. The Underman hums a lullaby deep, pulling the restless into sacred sleep. Islands drift like constellations near, silent witnesses through every year. Cosmic lanterns burning bright fall across the velvet night. Sea and sky entwine as one, where eternity has just begun. In hidden caves, echoes bloom like voices rising from the womb. Drums of stone, the water sings, binding mortals to eternal things. Sailing boats, shadows glide like comets on the ocean's tide. Oars dip gently, stars reflect a mirrored universe, perfect unchecked. Every ripple an ancient hymn, spirals outward, soft and dim. Satin sea, a breathing shrine, where starlight bends to ocean's line. Let the silence hold you still, wrapped in the cosmic will. Drift away from time's demand, carried by waves, cradled by sand. At dawn the heavens sigh, sun ignites the sleepy sky, yet in the depths the stars still stay. Dreaming with the cosmic bay. a stone remembers, Buriram stands against the ages. Its temples carved from fire and rock, its stories etched into sacred stages. The night is still yet full of breath, flames flicker along sandstone walls, each shadow bending, each glow rising as if the earth itself recalls. Phantom rung crowned upon the hill, its silhouette against a crimson sky. A stairway of time unfolds beneath, leading pilgrims where God still lies. Torches burn like golden veins, their smoke curling into the heavens. A dance of fire, steady, slow, the rhythm of centuries unbroken, given. Each stone a witness, each carving a song of warriors, kings, and spirits long gone. The sandstone whispers through heated air, secrets of devotion, temples of prayer. Children of today walk these steps, their hands brushing walls so warm, yet glowing with warmth as though the past still lingers unshaken, reborn. At dusk the valley hushes low, only cicadas and winds remain. A golden sun dips past the ridge, leaving fire in its last refrain. Night arrives dressed in quiet flame, lanterns lit in village homes. Elders sit by the temple gates, telling tales where spirit roams. The flames eternal weave through time, binding breath to stone to shrine. Even as stars spill across the dome, the fires of Buriram call you home.
Each step upon these ancient stones resounds like thunder in the veins. Each ember burns with memory's spark, echoing triumphs, echoing pains.
And in the silence hearts can hear a chorus rising bright and near, not of mortals, not of day, but of spirits guiding the way. The ancient flames do not decay, they live in night, they live in clay, they burn within the eyes of men and call the wanderer back again. Buriram glows in twilight's hand, a beacon carved from temple sand. Its fire is old yet ever new, a sacred flame that carries you. The river winds through quiet towns, a mirror holding stars stars and crowns. Ratchaburi breathes an evening's glow. Its floating lights begin to show. Small wooden boats drift slow and near. Their lanterns bright, their purpose clear. Each flame a prayer, each glow a song. Carried by water, carried along. The market hums with gentle cheer. Echoes of voices far and near. Fruit, spices, laughter in the air. Woven together, a village's care. As twilight bends into velvet skies, candles awaken in gentle surprise. 1,000 sparks, 1,000 dreams, rippling softly in silver streams. The river holds them tender white, a cosmic dance upon the tide. Each flicker whispers, do not fear, for hope is carried year to year. Children lean from bridges tall, eyes reflecting the lantern's glow. Their hands release a floating star, gently drifting far. The air is thick with jasmine scent, with sandalwood and sweet intent. The temple bells begin to chime, marking the sacred weight of time. The flames they speak in tongues of gold, of ancestors, of tales retold. The river listens, calm and deep, promises within its keep. Families kneel by water's edge, whispering blessings, making pledge. The lights move on, yet none are gone. Their spirit lingers burning strong. In Ratchaburi, the night is kind, holding the present past a line. The floating lights, the prayers they bear, connect the hearts of all who care. Beyond the boats, beyond the stream, the world dissolves into a dream, and still the lanterns find their way. A galaxy on waters sway. By dawn the flames will fade from sight, yet hearts still glow from gentle night. For every spark the river takes, another silent blessing wakes. And those who walk the shore recall the night the lights embrace them all. In Ratchaburi, where rivers gleam, floating lights protect the dream.
trees of the forest call my name through misty vales where the waterfalls claim their kingdom of silver, their song of rain. I walk the paths where my dreams became. The Thak waterfalls shimmer in morning light, rippling like glass, a symphony inside. Echoes of nature, so gentle, so deep, carrying secrets the mountains keep. I close my eyes, the world drifts away. Time bends softly in the ambient sway. Leaves flutter down like scattered gold. Stories of ages quietly told. The wind hums a lullaby, low and sweet, as the river bends and the waters meet. Each drop is a note in a song of the skies, a lull in the chaos, a moment that flies. Footsteps on moss, silent and slow, through canopies where soft breezes blow. Shadows of ferns dance in the sun, their movements eternal, their journey begun. Crickets and cicadas join in the tune under the watchful eye of the crescent moon. Night falls gently on emerald streams, blending reality with the realm of dreams. My heart drifts high on the scent of pine, with the stars above in a perfect line. Reflections shimmer in pools so clear, memories awake that I hold dear. Whispering rocks tell stories old of warriors and lovers of courage bold. Water cascades in a rising embrace, washing away time, leaving only grace. I sit on a stone, feeling the spray of droplets that dance in a delicate ballet. The air tastes sweet, filled with earth and rain. Each moment a balm to soothe every pain. Lanterns of fireflies light up the night, a canvas of magic in soft twilight. Their glow paints the edges of memories frame, flickering stories without a name. I breathe in deep, letting go of the past. In this waterfall haven the world is vast. Notes of a flute carried by the breeze blend with the whispers of ancient trees. Time slows down in the rhythm of streams, merging the world with the fabric of dreams. Here in Thak, in the quiet embrace, I find serenity, a sacred space. Every ripple and droplet, a message profound in this hidden valley where peace is found. No need for words, no need for sound, only the pulse of life endlessly unbound. The waterfalls sing as the twilight fades, painting the sky in delicate shades. I linger a while in the song of the night, cradled in beauty, bathed
velvet cloak of udon nights. Stars scatter like diamonds in infinite heights. The city sleeps, yet whispers remain in the quiet hum of the soft monsoon rain. Lanterns sway along the silent streets, casting golden shadows where darkness meets. Footsteps echo a solitary song through alleyways where memories belong. The Mekong hums in the distance afar, a gentle reminder of who we are. Reflections shimmer on water so still, mirroring wishes the night skies fulfill. Crickets and nightjars play their own tune under the watchful gaze of the crescent moon. Their rhythms entwine with the whispering breeze, rustling softly through the ancient trees. Balconies draped in flowering vines, fragrant jasmine in delicate lines. I inhale the scent, let it fill my mind, a fleeting serenity I struggle to find. Neon signs flicker with colors surreal, painting the night with an ethereal feel. Yet above the city, stars freely dance, inviting hearts to a timeless trance. Soft orchestral strings swell and recede, carrying the pulse of a night bird's creep. Piano keys sparkle like droplets of light, guiding me gently through the endless night. The hum of the wind blends with a distant train, through empty streets, through gentle rain. Every moment a canvas of stories untold, every shadow a secret the night will hold. I walk by the river, its surface a mirror, reflecting constellations, growing clearer. Ripples whisper in languages unknown, telling tales of places I've never flown. Street vendors dream under dimmed lantern glow, while cicadas sing softly, steady and slow. The aroma of jasmine and damp earth collide, a subtle perfume the night cannot hide. Above, galaxies twirl in silent grace, casting silver trails across time and space. I trace their journey with a wandering gaze, lost in the rapture of cosmic maze. A soft violin drifts from a distant room, mixing with echoes of the gentle monsoon. Ambient seems hum like a river's sigh, merging the earth with the starlit sky. I pause on a bridge where waters meet, the city beneath humming quietly sweet. Lantern reflections ripple, shimmer and fade, a fleeting artwork the night has made. Every breath I take, every glance I steal is stitched into the night. the sprawl, the stardust lingers, a memory to recall. I leave with the night etched deep in my veins, carrying whispers of who dawn's ethereal refrains. Beneath the silver glow of Mukdahan skies, the river whispers where moonlight lies. Gentle ripples trace the secrets of night, a liquid canvas reflecting starlight bright. Lanterns float softly on the Mekong's flow, carrying wishes only dreamers know. The night hums low with a tender refrain, blending the scent of earth with soft rain. Fishermen rest in boats carved with care, their silhouettes calm in the midnight air. The breeze carries a melody faint, a harmony woven, delicate and quaint. Hogyu string strings rise like the river's wave, carrying the echoes of the lands it gave. Piano notes shimmer like scattered dew, cascading gently, pure and true. The forest along the banks hums and sighs, leaves rustle softly under starlit skies. Crickets join in a nocturnal choir, adding warmth to the ambient lo-fi fire. Footsteps on wooden docks echo slow, a rhythm of night only river folk know. Reflections of moonlight dance in the tide, blurring the line where dreams reside. Lantern-lit pathways guide wandering eyes through narrow streets where the old town lies. Temples in the distance glow with calm, their bells ringing softly like healing balm. Mist rises lightly from the water's edge, veiling the river in a silvery pledge. Every ripple tells stories untold of lives intertwined, both young and old. Soft scent pads on the celestial touch, wrapping the night in a quiet hush. How just you warm swells in tender embrace. scent of jasmine drifts through the air, blending with incense pure and rare. Moonlight kisses rooftops and leaves, painting a picture that the heart believes. I sit by the river in tranquil repose, watching the current as it gently flows. Thoughts drift like clouds across midnight skies, reflections of dreams in my own eyes. Time slows to a heartbeat, soft and deep, a lullaby sung for the soul to keep. The Mekong cradles memories and song in this quiet night where hearts belong. Every lantern floating, every ripple cast holds a piece of the future, echoes of the past. The river and moon dance in perfect grace, a silent promise in this sacred space. And when dawn stirs with soft golden light, the moon retreats, fading from sight. Yet Mukdahan's river, forever serene, carries the night in its silver sheen. I leave with the whispers etched in my mind, a gentle serenity I'm lucky to find. Mukdahan moon river, your spirit flows free, a timeless echo between you and me. From northern mountains crowned in mist to southern seas kissed by sun's gentle twist, Thailand unfolds a tapestry of light, moments eternal, glowing bright. Chiang Mai whispers through ancient stone, temples arise where sacred chants are sown, orchards bloom, rivers glisten, the dawn awakens in a golden vision. As lanterns drift through twilight skies, reflecting dreams in wandering eyes, soft strings echo across forested peaks, a melody the soul eternally seeks. Central plains hum with timeless grace, rice fields wave like oceans embrace, rivers like veins carry life and lore, stories of kings, of myths and more. Bangkok's bustle slows in ambient lights shimmer with lantern maze. Breezes whisper through the city streets, blending tradition with modern beats. Eastern shores cradle coral and sand. Fishing boats sway as waves meet land. The horizon glows in soft pastel hues, painting serenity in tranquil views. Southern islands hum with lullabies. Palm trees sway under sapphire skies. Ocean tides sing a crystalline song, where time feels endless and hearts belong. New gustry stings rise like mountain winds, merging with hints where reality bends. Piano scatter like falling light, guiding the listener through day and night. Monsoon rains patter with rhythmic grace, awakening forests caressing each place. Ambient Lofi hums beneath the sound, a subtle heartbeat through landscapes profound. From temples to waterfalls, rivers to bays, every corner a story, a timeless phrase. The spirit of Thailand whispers, be still, filling hearts with wonder, quiet thrill. Golden sunsets drape over emerald seas, bringing the day to a gentle ease. Moonlight rises, casting silver gleams, awakening dreams and forgotten themes. Lanterns float on rivers in northern lands. Fireflies dance above southern sands. Every breeze carries a note, a song, a reminder that beauty has always belonged. Footsteps echo in ancient corridors, blending with ocean's eternal roars. Mountains, temples, forests and streams merge in the fabric of infinite dreams. I stand upon the eternal horizon's line, feeling the rhythm of mountains and brine. Thailand's soul flows through rivers and skies, through temples, islands, and wandering eyes. Time dissolves in the sacred embrace. Every region holds a tranquil grace, from north to south, east to west. Thailand's eternal horizon is at rest. And when I depart, the echoes remain, a symphony